Alright, hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, I'm just going to be going over really quickly all of the changes that are coming in this week's patch, which does go live on Wednesday. Now in Australia, obviously it is already Wednesday, so it's going to go live tonight. And for those of you guys in the Northern Hemisphere, it should go live in the morning, because I know when I post this, you guys are still going to be on Tuesday night. But we're going to read through the little post from Ben Walk, the community manager, that he has posted on the forums. So it's going to tell us all of what we can expect in the actual patch itself, and also when we can expect it to go live. So without wasting time, let's jump straight into it. Be sure to leave a like on the video if you're excited for the direction that Battlefront 2 is heading, and also be sure to subscribe if you are brand new to the channel. The channel is rapidly approaching 30k, so I'm really appreciative of that. And if you guys can all help me out by hitting that sub button if you haven't yet, that would be awesome. Anyways, let's get into the post. Ben has started off by saying it's been great watching your reactions to the arrival of BB-8 and BB-9E last week, and we hope you've been enjoying supremacy within the Age of Resistance. With the BB update now live, our deployment is a small patch which goes live on Wednesday, February 12th. This patch has a number of fixes, including issues such as BB-8 and BB-9E having the wrong voiceover lines, and a fix for General Grievous's Claw Rush, sometimes draining all the stamina of an opponent. They've also implemented various collision, visual effects, and lighting improvements across both the MC-85 Star Cruiser and the Resurgent class Star Destroyer. Some balance changes are also arriving in this patch, with the Ovisian Gunner, Kafek Spy, Sith Trooper, and First Order Jet Trooper having their battle point gain reduced by 50% to bring them in line with the other reinforcements. They're also lowering the heat cost for the spool up functionality on the Heavy Trooper Sentries abilities, and Darth Vader is having his damage reduction reduced from 75% down to 20%. So a bunch of balancing changes. There's going to be a little bit more detail later on in this video, but those are all really good changes in my opinion. Obviously, the new reinforcements were gaining battle points way too quickly and much faster than anything else in the game. I actually used it in one of my how to get battle points fast videos earlier, saying that these reinforcements got them really quickly, but they've obviously realized this since then and decided to bring it back down in line with all of the other reinforcements. On top of that, I really like the idea that they're changing Darth Vader's damage reduction while he is in his Force Choke animation. I think with the ability to block and attack while Choke is active now, 75% damage reduction was way too high. I'm really glad they've made it 20%. I think this is a good change. People have said maybe make it 0%, but I think 20 is the way to go to start, and then if he still feels like he's too powerful, then they can always change it later on. Moving forward though, we're going to talk about when we can expect the deployment times for these updates. Now this can all be converted to your time zone on Google. Just put in the UTC time and then to whatever your time zone is as well, and you'll be able to figure out it for yourself. So with this update, it is going to be the usual deployment times of 9 o'clock UTC for PC, 10 o'clock UTC for PlayStation 4, and 11 UTC for Xbox One. Now moving into the full release notes. This is where we get all of the details of what we can expect in the patch. So let's get into it. They've started with fixing an issue when the boarding cinematic would be visible when completing the final objective on any of the capital ships on Jakku. They've also fixed the problem that would allow First Order Jet Troopers to dash more than 2 times, and they've fixed an issue where spamming both the main fire and secondary fire keys for BB-8 would drain the stamina quickly without dealing the appropriate amount of damage. On top of this, they've fixed an issue where BB-8's spinner star card would grant 20 seconds of cooldown reduction instead of 10 on epic rarity. They've fixed the issue where there would be no audio playing when inspecting BB-8 and BB-9E voice lines in the front end menu, and on top of that, they also fixed an issue where BB-8 and BB-9E would eventually play the wrong voiceover lines when they were disrupted. They've also gone ahead with various collision, VFX, and lighting improvements on the MC-85 and the Resurgent class Star Destroyer, which they mentioned earlier in the notes, and they've lowered the heat cost for this pull-up functionality, which we knew as well. One of the big changes, and I did touch on it briefly before, was that General Grievous's Claw Rush could completely drain the stamina of an opponent, and they have now fixed this as well. Grievous had a lot of problems between Claw Rush and Unrelenting Advance, both draining all the stamina of their enemies, and this has now been fixed in both abilities, so Grievous is actually going to be balanced now, which I think is a really good change. They've also made improvements to resolve issues with hit registration despite dodging lightsabers and melee attacks. This was a big problem, specifically more with the new droids. I found the hit registration on them was absolutely atrocious. I was trying to hit BB-8 with Kylo Ren in Heroes vs Villains, and I was just air swinging the whole time, even if I was directly in front of him, like not even a meter away. So it made it really frustrating to try and actually hit the droids, and I think this hit registration fix is an issue not just with them, but also with infantry and other heroes as well. So this is going to be a good change on top of all of the other changes. They've also fixed a voiceover line from the emotes of the Republic officer on Camino and Geonosis, and they fixed a localization issue with the message First Order Jet Trooper available being too long for the kill screen in Japanese. I didn't know this was an issue, but I guess it was. They've also made improvements to resolve visual issues with textures popping in when transporting to the capital ships on Jakku, Takodana, and Aegon Kloss. On top of that, the last thing they changed was relatively small, and they updated the mode description for Ewok Hunt. So all of the changes are there, guys. We've been over everything. I think the big one there is Darth Vader's damage reduction coming down. That's probably the main thing that you wanted to see changed in this patch. And then of course the General Grievous change with his Claw Rush, no longer draining all of the enemy's stamina. So those two changes are probably the big ones for this. It's not really a hugely exciting patch, but it's just cleaning up the game a little bit, which I think would be really cool heading forward. If we could have like a mid-month patch where they just clean up all the bugs, and then at the end of the month give us another update which is going to actually give us new content. I think heading forward, that's the way to do it. If they do have the dev power to actually complete this task, it would be amazing for the game in the future. Anyways, that's everything. Let me know what you guys think of these changes. Are you happy that Vader is being nerfed down to 20% damage reduction during his choke, or do you think it should have stayed at 75, or even do you guys think it should have gone down to 0%? Let me know, and I will see you guys in the comments section. I'll hopefully try and reply to all of you guys down there as well. Anyways, I'm gonna get out of here now. Thank you all for tuning in today. I will see you in the next one, and may the Force be with you always.
The Sith are all powerful.